Alright everyone, welcome back to another video. It has definitely been a while and there are a number of reasons why I haven't uploaded for a bit. First of all is that I'm kind of questioning why I'm really doing YouTube in the first place. It was kind of nice to hit 1K subs and that was the goal that I had in mind. But now it's like I get less excited about uploading and less excited about reading comments, so I'm not too sure why I'm really doing YouTube in the first place. Second of all is that I also just have a bad habit of not being able to get back into things if I take a short break. So after I went on a bit of vacation, I kind of didn't really want to upload for about another week after that. Third is that I also just haven't been playing as much because I went about a few days without playing at all, and then when I started playing again, I had only played like 1 or 2 games a day before I get frustrated and don't want to play anymore. So I haven't had a lot of new recordings, and that's the thing about these late night games is that the nether rushing stuff was fun when I first started out, but now it's starting to get pretty boring. And I think the whole server just needs like some update that's like meta changing or something that just makes the game a bit different. But anyway, like hopefully after I upload this I get back in the habit and you'll have to only go a few days instead of over a week without having an upload. Anyway, so as you guys just saw, this guy was trying to be funny and break my portal earlier. So one thing about me is I just don't let these rats live if they try doing something to grief my game. So that's the scenario that this guy's going to find himself in. I see the dragon running overhead, so I'm going to keep that in mind to come back after I kill this guy. And this guy also has a midas, so that's just a free midas for me. This is back before the rotation changed. I'm sure you could already tell because I already had the soul gauntlet, and now I also have a vocal wand, I guess. This guy's not really paying attention, so I can do a lot of damage to him. And I get him down to 14 and use the reflect ability of my vocal wand to sort of just keep running at him, and I get another level of sharpness on my sword. And this other guy tries to come and clean me, but that's the good thing about the soul gauntlet is that it's good when you want to use it defensively. And after that I see this guy get a kill in the cave, which is perfect for me because in just 2 seconds I'll have my soul gauntlet up, which is not going to be very fun for this guy if he's in a cave. And I think here he loses track of which of these things I actually am, and he starts hitting like my clo instead of actually hitting me. So I'm looting up all the heads and I see this other guy here on surface as I'm doing that. I only have 0 heads actually inside the soul gauntlet because I just think it's better to have the short cooldown time. And here I use the soul gauntlet to sort of like just track this guy as he goes into the nether. And yep, that's another easy kill. But yeah, like if you stuff the soul gauntlet with way too many heads, the cooldown just becomes way too high. And most of the time, like when you use the soul gauntlet, they're just gonna run anyway. So I think it's nice to just have it on a low cooldown unless you're going for something cool. And this guy, like, I see his sculkweaver lantern and I'm thinking, thank God he did that, because now he's just going to be trapped in here with all of my clones. And he ends up dying to them with a G head. So now that I have sculkweaver lantern, I'm thinking that, you know, it might be a good idea to trap someone in the domain expansion and just summon a bunch of clones on them because they're not going to be able to run. Now here I see this full diamond with dragon katana who for some reason is afraid of me when I was only wearing diamond boots. I'm not too sure how much gear he needs to have before he's confident enough to fight me. And he's actually just digging down in a cave because he doesn't want to fight me on surface. And the thing about this is that as soon as you see a rat, you have to exterminate them. You can't just reward them for playing like this. So I try to summon all of the clones on him in a 1x1, and it doesn't really go as I planned for it to. And he doesn't actually end up taking that much damage because most of the clones just like freeze in place. I just don't know why you would ever play like this. When I've evoked one, I can just keep evoking this guy, and my soul gauntlet cooldown is just recharging. It's going to be up in like 10 seconds. So I'm in a 1v1 with this guy. I'm pretty sure I have the better sword because I have a midas and like 10 kills. I don't know why I thought the sculkweaver lantern was actually going to do anything. But yeah, I summoned all the clones in a hole with him. And that basically makes it so he can't really hit me. And there he goes. I actually kind of forget to pick up the katana and I just start bow fighting this guy because I just think that there's only 6 people left, so I can afford to waste time with a bow fight. Now eventually though, I kind of see these 2 people fighting in the background, so I just run past this guy because he didn't seem to be too interested in fighting. Now all of a sudden, now that I'm not running at him, now he seems to be really interested. So I just summon like the domain expansion, all the clones. I used the evoker wand to block the projectiles, and I killed these 2 guys, and all of my clones are on this last guy here. And yeah, that is pretty disgusting. Anyway, I finally went back to pick up the dragon katana. And that brings us to DM. At this point, I basically know I already won the game, so I'm just trying to get as much value as I can out of my sculk and the clones here. I get him pretty low, and I got the kill on my midas there. And at this point, I just try messing with this guy because I'm just waiting 100 seconds for my cooldown on my soul gauntlet to come back up. And eventually I get it again, and this guy has nowhere to go. And I killed him, and I also end up getting sharpness 10, so I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope I see you again in another video soon.